Okay, what we want to do here is just practice graphing equations of the form x equals a constant, y equals a constant, z equals a constant. In each case, we're going to have some axes there, so let's just put the axes in like we normally do. Like that, remembering that this is x. I'm not going to always label this, but for a while we can do this. Go like this. And I'm going to start with z because I think it's just the easiest. If I say, let's start out with z equals 0. What is z equals 0? Well, that's just the xy plane. And if I had to graph it, it's already graphed, right? I could just shade it in if I wanted it to. Not a big deal. But that actually gives me the template I want to use to graph other planes. For example, if I want to go to z equals 1. Remember, what we're looking at is the set of points, all of whose heights are 1. Well, that's just a plane that's 1 higher than the one I already have graphed here. So if I wanted to graph it, all I would do is go to height 1 and try to draw the same thing I have here, but just up 1. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. Let's erase this little piece in here. If I'm unhappy with just drawing that little piece, we can certainly draw this much like this and shade it in. And ta-da, we have a plane of height 1. We can get a plane of height 2, a plane of height 3. It's not a big deal. All we want to do is draw something that's parallel to the xy plane and so looks like the xy plane. All right, now let's do x equals a constant. And once we have our pattern, we should be able to do this. Let's see here, I have to have my axes. So there's the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis. Again, if I want to say, what is x equals 0? Well, x equals 0 is actually this plane back in here. And generally, I think that's enough. We can see this actually, what I've been calling the right wall. I'm usually imagining myself sitting right here, looking forward to that way and having that be on my right. If I want to say I want to draw x equals, let's say 2 this time. What do I want to do? I want to go where till x equals 2, and I want to draw all the points where x equals 2. Well, that's just going to be a plane. Let's see here. I'll try green. We'll see what happens. All right. Go like that, up like that, go over like that, and we could just draw a plane that looks like this, and it's just going to sit in front of the YZ plane. If I don't like having those overlapping colors like that, we can try to do this without shading both planes. Let's just shade the one and just see what that looks like. Then I go like this, x, y, z, and I just want to go to our x equals 2 like we did before. There's 1, there's 2, and just draw something that looks like this, something that looks like this. We can try to finish the plane like we did before, remembering it does go on forever, right? But you can very clearly see it looks like a plane. It's a vertical chop, and it looks parallel to the YZ plane, because it is, right? Our third plane, or third kind of plane, would be y equals a constant. And we're just going to parallel what we just did, taking our time, drawing the axes like this. Now, what is y equals 0? Y equals 0 is this plane back in here. It's the xz plane. If I wanted to draw something like y equals 2, why don't we try something like, I'll regret this, I'm sure, right? Y equals negative 2. Like that. What do I need to do? I need to go back 2 like this, and I need to come back like this, and over like this, and over like this, and over like this, and I get a picture. It's not as nice as I would like. I think it's very clear what's going on, which is good. Generally speaking, if I want to draw the plane y equals negative 2, and I guess it's already labeled, I would probably just try to rotate the axes until it actually looks like an easy thing. So for example, if I wanted to do this, what would I want? Let's see here. What I want is Z's still up here. This goes like this. But what I want to do is rotate these whole axes over here. So the positive x-axis is over here. The negative y-axis is over here. So I'm not saying that's negative of the y-axis. That's the negative part of the y-axis. And again, if I wanted to draw y equals -2, I can now just do what we did before. I can go like this, right? And just draw something that's like this, and this, and this, and this, and add a little bit of shading. And we get a nice plane. So that's how we use the axes to draw the 3 different kinds of planes. We're going to be using these to chop other graphs all the time, so it's very important that we A, recognize, for example, that this is a plane, and B, what kind of plane it is, and be able to sketch it pretty easily. And that's how we do it.